It's a bird that I'm sure you recognize. We often look at them. They were almost immortalized by the Disney movie about Africa, Lion King. This is Zazu, yellow-billed hornbill. Now, there's quite a few different species of hornbill. Quite clear why this one is called a yellow-billed. And this is the specific bird they based that character on for the Walt Disney movie. So I was mixing up the name and the makers there. Lion King animated movies, and Zazu is a very loved character. And yellow-billed hornbills are out in nature as well. Fantastic birds. They're really great at adapting to different environments and different food sources. As you can see, this guy is just breaking open old elephant dung there. And inside that he's probably getting all kinds of little insect eggs, and maybe, as you saw the other day when we opened up some, it's a whole little world on its own. And yellow-billed hornbill is very smart to learn all kinds of ways to get food. Even at some campsites in some game reserves, they'll become very friendly. Sometimes sort of sneak in, fly in and grab some food and fly off. But more often they've learned that they can just be relaxed enough and confident enough to sit around close to humans. They're very intelligent birds. Well, as far as bird brains go. Just watching one flying in the background there. I was hoping it might join this one, but flew further on. They've got a beautiful way of flying as well, called torpedo flying. Flap their wings to gain some altitude, and then they actually close the wings and they become almost a missile, and they let their forward momentum carry them, and they lose a little bit of altitude and then they fly up again. So they do this sort of up and down flight pattern where they only sort of beat their wings about 2/3 of the time. Beautiful to watch. Give this guy another few minutes. It seems he's on a roll there. Like every time that he's eating something, so he's definitely found a little stash of food there for himself. Now, I've been going on about this a little bit, but it's so nice to look at smaller things as well. Now, up to a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, in summertime, there's a lot of just plant life to look at. There's a lot of flowers out there, and trees that are making new leaves and berries and fruits and all kinds of interesting plant life. In winter, it's still interesting, but it's not as obvious. I mean, most things are just most plants just go into this sort of winter hibernation, so the leaves, less leaves on the trees. Bird life is really good. Now that we've got this new camera, we can just stop that slightly further distance away. Normally we'd have to go maybe 3 meters closer to see it properly. Now we can just stop far enough away that that bird is not bothered. So it gives us about 300 odd species of animals to look at that we couldn't really focus on before. Very comical birds as well. You'll see when he moves just now, just the way they run, they've got a lot of attitude, which they do. Same time also, we won't get to a stage where we do birds all the time. We sort of try and balance our time to have enough to stop for the smaller things and to juggle all of those. So we're going to continue on. This guy will just probably fly off a little bit and he'll be back a few minutes. Oh, it's going to